So when you come on stage, what's your song going to be? It needs to be something that gets you pumped up. Because I'm back there, like, rewriting my talk. Then the song comes on. I'm like, oh, it's on. Oh, yes! We got a great day! You can... Oh. Not supposed to sing it, yes. See, when I was... Back in the day when I was running appointments, and you get no-showed, or one-legged, or you just sucked and didn't close it, I'd get back in the car, and sometimes I'd listen to cassette tape on the in-home presentation, find out what I did, but sometimes I listen to Guns N' Roses. And it got me back. It got me recentered. It got me refocused, and I just said, you know what, because that song means something. In college, I sang that song in front of 3,000 people as Axl Rose. And you know where you are? You in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die. Man, so 15 minutes, not a lot of time to tell you all the stories. You're going to have to come back to the next conference. It's been a heck of a journey. I was just back there counting on my fingers because that's how I do it. And 17 years in a row, $1 million income. And we've helped people do that. And it's certainly been a heck of a ride. But, you know, I've been asked this weekend so far, a lot of people asking, like, Fitz, you got a family and you got the business, and how do you juggle it all? Well, here's the thing I'll say. Who in the room is married with no kids? That was me and Heather. We got to $1 million income before we had babies. Intentionally? Yes, intentionally. Like 18 different forms of birth control. Because let me tell you, when we pulled the goalie, pregnant, like it was fast. I'd heard stories about people like, oh, we had to try for months and months and months. I was like, one time. Then it was a baby, and it was back to the 18 different forms of birth control. But listen, we took advantage of the opportunity when we had the opportunity. I can't tell you how to build this business and get it up and off the ground with kids. You're going to have to go to somebody else for that lesson. I was making $1 million before I had kids. So I'm talking to you guys who are no kids. Get it done now. Please, God. It is so much harder once you have the kids. Now, some people have no perspective of that. They were building it with the kids. They're like, what is he talking about? It's kind of like if you had twins as babies, and then you had another one behind it, you're like, you mean it's this easy? Because twins are really hard. We had our first son, and we're like, oh my God, this is like what raising a baby's like. And then we had our second son, and it was like, people have babies this perfect? Like, he never cries. What did we go through with that first one? It was so hard. So it's kind of like running with sweatpants on, and then suddenly you put on the tracksuit, and it's like, whoa, I'm so much faster now. Anyway. Build it now. Build it now. Dream big. What do you want? We bought our current house in 2010. When we bought it, we knew it was built in 1983. We knew it was going to be a project. It was built in 83. I was 7 when it was built. And we're going to have to do some work on it. And it's been fun doing that work. But I got to tell you, it's very rewarding now. I mean, I love when we put together a list of what we wanted the house to be. This house had every item on the checklist. And we were so fortunate to buy it when we did. The first floor is 4,300 square feet. And it's like a U or a C, or depending on the angle, around a pool. And it backs up to a creek, which in Dallas is odd. Nice trees. It's a beautiful property. We redid the pool about 1.5 years ago. Oh, that's just, because the pool guy said, look, your pool sucks. You need to redo it. We redid it in detail. I mean, we give money to charities. We're out of debt completely. We drive debt-free cars. Like, that's a big deal to me. My kids go to private school. I'm looking forward to them going to college so I can pay less for schooling. And anytime they get a math problem wrong, I'm like, seriously? Seriously? 12 divided by 3 is 4. You need to know that. Pay way too much for that education. I can get that for free at public school, kid. I'm already paying for that too. But people ask me this weekend a lot about how to get it all done. And I'll recommend that book, Getting It All Done by David Allen. Andy's the one that told me to read that book. When I was asking how he gets it all done, he said, read the book. I don't have time to tell you. I got to get stuff done. Fair enough. I'll read the book, Getting It All Done. And there was answers there. But here's a litmus test if you're effective in life, time-wise. When you're with your family, do you feel guilty that you aren't working? And when you're working, do you feel guilty that you're not with your family? You need to plan better. You need to plan better. I don't know everybody's answer for how to get all that done. For me, I had to put it on my schedule. And I block off my calendar and say, here's when I've got to do things. Here's when I'm working. Here's when I'm with family. And then I fill it with appointments. You book appointments with your kids? Yes. Or I'm not going to get it done. And I don't want to turn around one day and they're moved off and don't know who I am and I don't know who they are. I'm not a sperm donor. I'm a father, right? It's my job to launch them. So, but at the same time, I can't just, listen, my kids know me. I know it when my birthday comes around and they write me birthday cards because they write stuff to, my oldest is about to be 15. Next was about to be 13, and then my baby girl's 9. She's perfect. But even at 8 last year, the birthday card, she said, Dad, I love that you make me feel so special. 8 says something like that. But that's not because I sit on the couch watching movies with them. Does that make sense? It's because when I'm with them, I'm doing with them. I invite them into my life too. I believe it's important that we teach our kids how to work. My kids know me, but they wouldn't respect me if I wasn't doing. Does that make sense? Well, that's a weird balance, Fitz. How do you manage it? It's a fight every day because I know I got to work. I know I got to invest in my family. I don't want to blow either one of those opportunities. So I work at it. I work hard at it. But for me, I have to schedule things. And when I know I'm supposed to be working, like it's what my block says right now is my work time, and there's a 30-minute window that's not booked on my calendar, I get itchy. That's messed up. And I have nothing scheduled. I'm going to call. I just start calling agents, texting, whatever, emailing, whatever I got to do, but talking to the staff and make, hey, are you on this? You on it? Checking. Like, I got to do something. I'm not just sit there and play solitaire. I'm a grown-ass man. I'm not going to play video games. I mean, I joke with my kids, like, because my kids play Fortnite. They're kids. They're like, Dad, you want to play Fortnite? No. I don't even want to watch you right now. Like, I'm only watching you because you're talking to your friend on the phone right now that I'm waiting for you to get done so we can go do something. Stupid video games. I'm with Vanilla Ice, man. Computers are ruining our kids. Look, in 2012, here's another litmus test that you know when your life is out of balance. 2012 was a hard year, probably the hardest year of our marriage. It was when our baby girl was born. That was actually a very joyous event. Heather's parents finally sold their house in North Carolina and moved out to Texas to live near us. Her mom had failing health and passed away a few months later. I traveled a lot that year. I was 4 nights a week, 3 weeks out of the month. You don't get to be a 2 million miler on American because you're sitting your ass at home. And then Heather comes in the office one day. She's like, "You want to go get lunch?" I said, "No, I got stuff to do." Bruno, my office manager, like, "Go have lunch with your wife." He knew something wasn't right. We sat down and she said, "Look, I'm not giving you any kind of ultimatum. I'm not making any threats. I'm just going to give you some feedback on the trajectory of your life right now. You're going to turn around one day and your family and your business are going to be gone because your priorities are jacked up. You got to get some stuff back in place." I was out. It's not to say that working was wrong. It's to say that I worked so much, I had nothing else left to give to my family. And you can't spend so much time with your family that you got nothing left for the business. And you can't spend so much on the business that you got nothing left for your family. You got to balance it. How do you do that? I'm doing the best I can, and I'll tell you all the tips and tricks I got. But it's a daily fight. It's a daily fight. But when your wife makes a comment like, "Man, it's so much easier when you're not home," better fix something. I'm not building the empire we're building to turn around and not have my family there. I also don't want to live with my family under a bridge. I got lots of family time. Yeah, but you're sleeping on newspapers, man. Come on. Your kids smell like urine. Your daughter is now a crack whore. Hey, Chris Rock had some definite advice for dads with daughters. I'm just saying, I'm not going to go through that. Some of y'all know. You just tell your friends. So I started making some changes. Started readjusting, realigning, reprioritizing. You need to know what your priorities are, and they need to know that they're a priority. Does that make sense? When I'm not in the office, my staff needs me. My staff's great, but I have to be around for them too. Can't just be gone. My agents need me, so I have to go. There's the balance again. There's the tug of war again. I don't know if I'm getting it right. I'm trying. Are you? Are you trying? So Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich, here's 4 points. Number 1, he said there is a cumulative value to investing small amounts of time in certain activities over a long period of time. That was read fast. I know. I've got 10 seconds. There's a cumulative value to investing small amounts of time in certain activities over a long period of time. Go and exercising 30 minutes a day, that kind of thing. You're not going to lose 100 pounds overnight, but over the course of a year you could. Number 2, there are rarely any immediate consequences for neglecting single installments of time in any arena of life. There are rarely any immediate consequences for neglecting single installments of time in any arena of life. Have I missed birthdays? Yes. Our kids know when their birthdays are, but we're the parents. We decide when to celebrate it. I want a party. Okay, it's going to be next Saturday. I want it today. You ain't getting one. Did you want one or not? Because we can do it Saturday. We're the parents, not them. Their life revolves around us, not vice versa. Hey, you get your own house, you make your own rules. Which is why my house is always at about 73 degrees. You cold, get a blanket. Number 3, neglect has a cumulative effect. You miss your kid's baseball game, not a big deal. You miss a year of them, bigger deal. It's got a cumulative effect. Neglect does. Number 4, there's no cumulative value to the urgent things that we allow to interfere with our important things. There is no cumulative value to the urgent things that we allow to interfere with our important things. So My kid's like, I got to do this Fortnite contest tournament. Okay, but that's urgent, mind you. But for me, that is very much not important. We will get back to the house so you can play your Xbox when we get there. If you miss the tournament, I'm sorry. That's not my fault, not my problem. So here's some to-do items real quick. Put together a list of all the things that need to be done. Work, life, the house, kids. Put together a list of all the things that need to be done and divide up the responsibilities among those who can handle them. My kids, all three of them, wash their own clothes. They do their own laundry. What do you pay them to do that? I don't pay my kids to do laundry. I don't want to set that in their mind that they should get paid to do stuff that... They got private school tuition. They can kiss my butt about... You live here. That's why you do your laundry. Now once, the 12-year-old did fall into the washer. He's trying to get... He's trying to get his clothes out. I walked by the laundry room. I was like, oh, you see the feet sticking out. He wasn't calling for help. He's going to figure it out. I was like, son, you need a hand? Yeah, Dad, that'd be great. You could hear him down there. Yeah, Dad, that'd be great. And then make a calendar. Plan your work and work your plan. I always get the quote wrong. One day I'll look it up. I think it was Abraham Lincoln. It wasn't George Washington who was rumored to have chopped down a cherry tree. Abraham Lincoln said, if I got 7 hours to chop down a tree, I'm going to take 6 hours and sharpen my axe. You got to prepare. But don't miss that last hour either. He then turned around and worked on that tree and took it down. Make sense? I hope that helps. That's what I aim to do. It's been a pleasure. See you guys.